Hey there, Regina Andler here, and it is time for Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Hey, I just want to ask you a question. Are you getting those algorithm blues? Those algorithms out on social media, those things that are telling the system whether or not to show your stuff to people. What is an algorithm? All right, so let's step back for a second. Out on social media, on all of the platforms, there is this, we'll call it just a program, make it simple. In the background, it's called the algorithm. And what it does is it decides who is going to see more of your stuff. Now, as a business owner, if you're posting things out for your audience or posting things out to attract new people into your audience, meaning you may have a public page. If you've ever seen a post out on Facebook where you saw a post from a random page that you don't yet follow, and then if you click on it, Facebook will actually even come up and say, do you want to see more like this? That's the algorithm that's showing you stuff based on what you've looked at in the past. So let's start with the algorithm and what it is. It is literally just the instructions, these pre-programmed instructions that the system uses to promote or demote your content. Now, we all want our content in front of more people. And if you aren't getting your content in front of a lot of people and you aren't getting a lot of engagement, it might not be your content. It might be the algorithm. So today we're going to talk about a few things and some tips on the algorithm. Now, first, I want to start out with giving you, and I'm pulling this straight from Facebook, Meta. So how Facebook distributes content. In the Meta Business Help Center, they have an article that tells you exactly what the algorithm's doing. Now, there's 4 things that the algorithm uses to determine the content that they show. And I'm going to read this right from their stuff, or I'm going to at least paraphrase it. So the first one is the inventory. What content has been posted by friends and other publishers? So the pages that you follow, depending on what you're looking at, you'll start seeing some stuff that's similar. And Facebook will say, hey, you're looking at this stuff all the time. Here's another page that shows this stuff. Are you interested in looking at that too? So Facebook is looking at, is the information that you're looking at important? Is it relevant? If people are looking at it, it'll start showing it to more people. Now, this number 2 is what they call signals, who posted the story. And it's according to Meta, I'm reading this right from their page. For this step, we consider hundreds of thousands of signals, like who posted the story, when was it posted, small details like what time is it, how fast is the internet connection that people are using to watch it. There's all kinds of different things that Meta and the algorithms are looking for. And when I talk about algorithms, I'm going to kind of focus on Facebook. However, every single platform has their algorithms, and pretty much all of them work very similar. So what goes for Facebook kind of goes for the other algorithms as well. There might be a few little tweaks that you can do on other platforms. For the most part, it's all kind of the same across the platforms though. So number 3 is predictions. The algorithm is making predictions on your behalf. How nice is that of them, right? So it's how likely are you to engage with the post? So all of those signals that it's looking for, the time and the info, who posted it, all that kind of stuff, those hundreds of thousands of signals that they're using, they then take that and they make predictions on how likely are you to engage with the post. If they think you're likely to engage with it, they'll show it to you. If they think that you're likely to comment on it, they will show it to you. If they think that you're going to watch a video that somebody puts up all the way through to completion, they'll show it to more people. So these are the things that the algorithm is looking for. And then they give it a score. Number 4 on the Meta list is how interested will people be in this post? And there's a bunch of different things. There's hundreds of them, but they start out with, likelihood to click on it, to actually click on the post. to spend some time looking at the post, to react to the post, like on it, comment, or share. The likelihood that you'll find it informative. Isn't it nice to know that the algorithm is telling you what you think is informative to you? The likelihood that it might be clickbait, meaning that it might be spam or something trying to draw you into something. By the way, if you do that, they will stop showing your stuff to people because Facebook doesn't like clickbait. We don't like clickbait. Facebook doesn't like it. They'll stop showing your stuff. So, and likelihood that it links to a low quality web page. So if you start putting links to Facebook on a low quality web page, that also is something that they're looking for, and they will derank you for it. So I'm going to minimize the meta list right there and go through some of my information that I have, some outside of what Meta tells us. So the number one thing that we want for all of our posts, no matter what social media platform you're on, is engagement. Now, when it comes to engagement, what does that mean? Does it mean that somebody stopped on our post and took a look at it? That's where it starts. And then it's all about, did they like it? Was there a reaction? Now, I'll tell you, on the scale of the algorithm and the importance scale, reactions rank really, really, really low. Why? Because you can put a heart on it, you can put a little care symbol on it, an angry face, or whatever all the different emotions are. You can do all of that on a post. And because there's so many bots out there doing that as well, Facebook doesn't really pay attention to it. So it gets you something. It might give you like a little tick up in the rank, but likes, reactions, that kind of stuff, it doesn't do really much for your engagement. So you might go out onto your Meta page and look at all of the engagement that you're getting on posts. And you're like, wow, I got like 10,000 likes on that page. Now, 10,000 is a lot of likes. It's going to show it to more people. However, it's also looking at, remember, it's tens of thousands of things that algorithm's looking at. And it's going to go, okay, well, I got all these likes, but nobody commented on it. What's up with that? So the next thing is comments. So if you have comments and you have replies to those comments, that brings you up even further in the algorithm list, meaning that they're going to show it to more people. So when we talk about showing it to more people, let's put a little aside in here. If they show that to more people, they will start showing your other stuff to more people because all of a sudden you've become an interesting person. Because people are liking, they're commenting, you're reacting. So if somebody comments on a post that you put out there, one of the really big things you want to do is reply. And it doesn't mean just hitting like, saying that, yep, I saw their reply there or their comment. You want to reply to it. You might say, thank you for engaging, thank you for joining me out here, or thank you for your kind words, something. Actually put a post under that. It brings you further up in the algorithm list as far as what people are seeing. And then one of the bigger things is if you have something that people start sharing. Now, if they start sharing it, the algorithm says, wow, this is really interesting information. We're going to show it to more people. So outside of your circles, we're going to show it to other people. Now, that's what we want. We want the engagement. It is great to have, people in your community, people in your circle. You might be maxed out at 5,000 personal friends, or you might have 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 people in your group, or on your business page, you might have, 200, 800, 10,000, whatever it is. And that's great. Those are the people that are there, and it's going to show it to them. The key in business is to get in front of new people every single day. And in order to do that out on any of these platforms, your stuff needs to be seen by people who aren't already in your community. They aren't already following you. So that's where this algorithm stuff comes in really super important, is you want to make sure that people are seeing what you post. So when you get those likes, that's great. Facebook goes, okay, I'm listening. And then you get some comments that you reply. And they go, oh, she's actually getting some engagement on here, and people look like they're interested in what she has to say. They start sharing it, and the algorithm goes, whoa, this is really important information. We need to show this to more people. So you want to keep the algorithm active by keeping your engagement up by creating content that people are literally going to engage with. So one of the things that you really, really want to do is you want to focus on meaningful connections. So this isn't about just creating a random post. It's about creating something that people actually want to see. Marketing is all trial and error. It is literally a continuous game of testing. And what you need to do, if you're a business owner and you're looking to grow your audience out on social media, you need to be paying attention to what is getting attention in your content and what is not getting attention. Just one post that gets 0 likes, 0 reactions, 0 shares is enough to like knock you down on the algorithm. So Facebook goes, oh, well, they were showing some important stuff, but not anymore. So we're going to stop showing their stuff. You see posts all the time with people saying, hey, let's boost up the algorithm, and hey, click like on some random question that has nothing to do with what they're doing. Hey, guess what? The algorithm's getting smart to that too. The algorithm doesn't like to be fooled. The algorithm actually is looking for meaningful connections. They're looking for that conversation that's going on, things that spark interest with your community. So the more you put stuff like that out, and the more engagement you get, the more Facebook will show it to people who don't know you yet, and you'll draw more people into your community. So, when you think about the content, is it worthwhile? Is it worthwhile content? It might have been some interesting tidbit. Was it interesting to your audience? If it wasn't interesting to your audience, well, then maybe you need to change it up a little bit. Again, trial and error, go see what works, see what doesn't work. Again, images, we've talked about images in the past. Images are what catches people's eyes. It's that first piece of your content that draws people in. People need to actually stop the scroll. And so if your stuff is showing up in their feed, that doesn't mean they're going to look at it. You need to get them to stop. So that's great. You've got some followers. You've got some people in your community. They're seeing your stuff. Now, you want them to see more of it, and you want people who don't know you to see more of it. So you need to get them to actually stop. The very first thing you have is that headline, whatever that catchy one-liner is. It could be on a picture. It could be a picture, a really captivating picture. And then you've got a headline in the text that says something really interesting that makes people want to stop the scroll and say, ooh, what's this? And long story posts are great for engagement as far as how much time somebody spends on a post, if they spend the time to read the post. If you post a video, are people watching it all the way to the end? If they're watching it to the end, the algorithm says, wow, most people aren't like clicking out after 2 seconds. They're actually watching this whole video. So it must have really good information in it. So we're going to show it to more people. That's literally how all of this works. It's not rocket science. It's really just all about creating engaging content that really sets you apart and gets people to engage with you. Now, the thing is that with the content, you can look at the times that people are active, which changes on a regular basis, or you can look at, what content are they interested in, and check out, this is really interesting, this isn't so interesting, this seems like it should have been really interesting, but we didn't really get much engagement. Maybe we should change out the photo, the picture, and do something different. Or maybe instead of just putting it as a text post, maybe we should create a reel or a story out of it, or do maybe a video. Not sure. You change it up. This is all about playing around and seeing what works. The more that works, the more people are going to see it. Again, algorithm key. The more engagement you get, the better the algorithm works for you. It's not a bad thing. The algorithm, we talk about it being a bad thing, and because it's always knocking us out. Well, that's actually a good thing, because it's not showing you stuff that you're not interested in. And with over I think it's 3 billion pieces of content now being put out, or over 1 billion, I think, pieces of content being put out there every single day. I know I don't have enough time in a day to look through all that content. So thank you, Facebook algorithm, for not showing me stuff that I'm not interested in, because I don't need to scroll through all of that stuff to get to the one piece of content I am interested in. So for your audience, you want to make sure that you're showing them stuff that they are interested in and then they'll engage. So, let's see, what else do I have here? I have a little list to make sure. Oh, less is more. So, last tip I'll give you is that less is more. So, when you think about that engagement and you're like, okay, well, I'm posting like 3 times a day, and then I'm putting reels out, and then I'm putting stories up, and I'm putting this out, and I'm putting that out, and I'm doing a live, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing all this stuff, and you got all this stuff coming out in one day, and like maybe one thing is getting a little bit of engagement. Stop, stop, time out. Less is more. If you have one post a day that gets massive engagement, that's all you need. They'll start showing your stuff to more people. Then you can start adding more stuff in. You want to make sure that you're getting that engagement because, like I said, that one post that gets nothing, zero, zilch, that one is enough to start deranking you, and they'll start showing your stuff to less people. So if you want more people to see your stuff, just one post that gets engagement will do that. So start building and start planning what you're putting out there so that you can increase the engagement, so that you can then start building your audience and bringing new people into your communities. Now, if you want some help with the content creation, there's a free, it's a Facebook content blueprint, free 5-day course. And it's delivered by email. So you don't need to see me. You don't have to see me on a video. It's literally all text. You get a different email every day that literally steps you through step by step by step by step on how to create this engaging content so that the algorithm is friendly to you. So if you're interested in that, it's www.fbcontentblueprint.com. It's scrolling here on the bottom. Just go there, check it out. It's 5 days. It gives you everything you need to help you start creating more engagement and get that algorithm working in your favor. That's what I've got for you this week. We'll see you next time on Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Bye for now.